Hello again, everyone. Jeff Pirishad here with another bowling ball review video. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new MOTIV Ripcord. The Ripcord releases today, July 24th, 2019. It's a midline ball, but it's on the most angular side of the chart. Its hook potential is comparable to the Rogue Blade, just more angular. Has an RG of 2.53 and a differential of 0.047, so the higher RG will let it get down the lane. The lower differential will keep the flare a little lower. It's not a low flare ball, but it's not going to be a really high flare ball either. It's going to be nice and controllable, and the tighter flares will help the ball get down the lane in addition to this hybrid cover stock. The surface of the ball comes at a 5,000 LSP, which is equivalent to on a spinner going 500, 1,000, 2,000, and then polishing it up. And you can also see my bowler stats there. So here's a couple of zoomed out shots, and you can see for a midline ball, this Ripcord has a lot of pop to it. It works best playing around the third, fourth arrow. I think that's kind of its wheelhouse, as most midline angular balls tend to be. You can't play too far right with them unless you don't have much hand, or else they might be a little jumpy, and sometimes they're not going to hook too much from too deep unless the lanes are pretty dry. So here's a couple of shots playing right, taking some hand out of the ball. And as you can see, the ball gets down the lane pretty well. And the reaction, even with me taking some hand out of the ball, it's still pretty angular. It still has some pop in the back. And you're going to see a lot of good carry because of that. And this is going to be really good for medium conditions. Even playing right, you can see it comes off the dry and hits pretty hard. So how does this compare to something else that rolls like that, a Venom Shock Pearl? It's pretty much a nice step up from the Venom Shock Pearl. The Venom Shock Pearl, it hits off the dry, but it's not going to be as strong. The cover is much cleaner. The cover on the Ripcord is going to be more aggressive, so it's going to be more suited to playing in here. So I took a step left, and I didn't think I would need to get it that far right, but apparently I do, because it's 4-pin here. So I'm just going to project this ball right, throw it out to the dry. Let's see what it can do. And obviously now we're in business. This ball hits the dry and just makes a left turn, comes back, hits really hard. You're going to get a lot of bang for your buck from this ball. If you need a ball for maybe if your house shot is a little drier, you're going to like this. If your house shot starts out a little oilier but then dries up a bunch, then this is a ball you can go to maybe game 2 or something around there. So how does it compare to the Rogue Blade? So here's my Rogue Blade, and it's got some lane shine on it. And you can see it's a lot smoother. That shot was about in the same place, and it didn't hit the dry as hard. So I'm going to move a little bit right. I'm going to play just outside the third arrow. And now that smoother reaction makes it more suitable to what it's good for. So what's this picture here? This is actually me being super greedy. The Ripcord on the right is the box condition. The Ripcord on the left is the one I just threw, but now I glass shined it up. I mean, you can see my reflection in that ball almost. I actually shined that ball up and brought it like that to USBC Nationals to use in singles. The ball was super good. You can see now, I mean, you thought the ball was angular before. Watch this ball just stop on a dime and just come off that dry. You get a little more length from it, and I get a little more angle from it. The bowling centers I bowl in tend to be higher friction, pretty dry. So I need that little extra push of just a glass shiny bowling ball. And the Ripcord took to it super well. It comes off the dry, doesn't lose any hitting power. You can see the core in the ball, which is the core that was used in the Paranoia. The core just revs up really hard, and that cover just lets it save so much energy. And it makes such a turn in the back. Even when you pull it in the oil a little bit, you can do something like that, like messenger out the 4-6. Is that a thing? I guess that's a thing. So thanks to MOTIV Bowling. I'm still making great equipment. Thanks to Kegel Connection Pro Shop in Fort Lauderdale and Carlos Tabone for drilling my equipment. And we'll have another video up soon, so see you then.